VA3 VDF Portable. Good evening, Brian, all on net there. I guess my answer would be Sudbury, Ontario. So that's where he originated. So I'm sure of that. So yeah, I'm doing not too bad here. So it's been the past couple of days there, Brian. It's been a lovely, it's a summer day practically, And I guess we're gonna get some rain tomorrow. So anyway, there, Brian. Very good. Hope everybody's keeping well on that, and stay healthy till next Tuesday. So. Back to net, VA3 BVH in the net, VE3 VDF Portable.
Roger, Mark. Thank you for chiming in and joining us once again. Thanks for joining us. Hope all is well with you, and hopefully we grab you next week. Thanks for joining. VE3 FME out to Essex. Brett, good evening. What city was Alex Trebek born in? Any ideas? Without Googling it, go ahead, Brett. VA3 BVH.
Yes, good evening, Brian. VA3 BVH. This is VE3 FME returning to the net. Well, I'm not really good at this kind of stuff, but I'm going to guess Three Rivers, Quebec. Just a thought. Although I have done a bit of reading about him today, and the thing that impressed me the most was his work with musk oxen, the Musk Ox Development Corporation. He had a bunch of causes he liked pursuing. So anyway, that's my 2 bits worth. So hello to everybody on net, and 73. This is VE3 FME returning to net.
Roger that, roger that. Good guess. He is part French-Canadian, so Quebec is a very good answer. Thanks for joining us, Brett. And yes, he did lots of things, lots of charity work. I've also been reading up the last little bit, and yeah, he did quite a bit, quite a large amount of things. So there's only so much you can accomplish in this lifetime, but man, he sure did. Thanks for joining us there, Brett. Over to TJ up in the city, VA3 FTC from the Man Cave, I presume. Probably a balmy 90 Fahrenheit or so, I would think. TJ, what's the temp? Over to you there, sir. And what city do you think Mr. Trebek was born in? Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. And on that, VA3 FTC TJ here. Well, it's 69 outside, it's 78 in here. I'm not lighting a fire for this. I'm preserving wood, that's for sure. I've known a lot about Alex Trebek for quite some time, and I'm going to recuse myself from the question, but I will say out of the 2 people that have keyed in, one of them has it. So, he was a class act. I can't think of another popular Canadian celebrity that is up there in the rankings other than John Candy, to be honest with you. I was very sad to hear of his condition when it developed, and he took it very strongly and kept filming and didn't let it get in the way of his career. And I grew up watching Jeopardy. I grew up watching the Match Game. I didn't realize how much of a staple he was until he did pass away. So I'll leave it at that. Nothing much else to report. 7-3 from VA3 FTC here in Wynn.
Roger that, TJ. Thanks for chiming in there. And yeah, it has been very nice the last couple days, so I can understand not needing to burn any wood for sure. But like all good things, they all must come to an end. So yes, rain projected tomorrow, and we're on a slippery slope to winter, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for checking in, TJ. Hope all is well, and you have yourself a good evening. Pond hopping. there is a new president-elect, Mr. Joe Biden. Tony, what do you think of that change? Being it, albeit our only American that usually joins us for these nets, we'd love for your opinion to be heard. We are a free country, as are you, so we'd love to hear your opinion on that. And Mr. Alex Trebek passed away this past week, so tonight we're doing a special edition Jeopardy net here for Alex in his honor. So we're just looking for what city was he born in. Tony, do you have any idea? Over to you. KD8 SRQ VA3 BVH.
VA3 BVH, this is Kilo Delta 80 Romeo Quebec. Hello, Brian, and everybody who's on. I'm going to use my standard American answer. I'm clueless on where Mr. Trebek was born, so we won't waste any more time on that. I think the country needed a change at the helm, and I'll just leave it at that. But we're talking about what's going on in this country and how things have been affected. It seems as though the second wave of COVID is beginning here pretty strongly, and just today I got two friends, one from grade school, one from high school, and the high school guy's wife. They were all diagnosed today with COVID, so the happy-go-lucky Tony is not there today. So keep them in your prayers for us there, and I'll be doing the same. And I'm wishing everyone over there good health. 73 VA3 BVH. This is Kilo Delta 80 Romeo Quebec. Back to you, Brian.
Yes, roger that, Tony, on that condition. That's unfortunate. We wish you all the best for your friends. And well, here's a bit of positive news. I don't know how much you follow the Canadian tabloids, but the Prime Minister was on the other day talking about a potential vaccine that was just developed and is in trials and is showing 90% success so far. So Canada might be close. So there's a bit of good, promising, positive news. So let's crack this. Everyone's tired of it. We have some smart people in Canada, in the U.S., in Europe. Someone is bound to crack this thing soon. I just know it. It's still going to take a couple more months at least to finalize something, but we are very close. We are very close. So keep the positive attitude going, and all the best to you, your family, and your friends there that are unfortunately suffering. I hope they get through it all right. We're thinking about you. Stay safe out there, and yes, I also agree with you in terms of the country needed a change. It was going the way of a very selfish person, in my opinion, and I think that our relationship between our countries will definitely improve. I've heard that Middle East has already resumed peace talks because they would not deal with President Trump at all. So it's good to hear that the Middle East is resuming peace talks, and I think our countries will bounce back from this no problem. I think more unity will be created. We're going to rely on each other a lot more as more of a political ally as opposed to a selfish one that has been shown. But hey, no one's perfect. Look at our leader. But anyway, Tony, thank you so much. Have a good night tonight from across the pond. We're thinking about you. Kevin, VA3 DSW. Kevin, how's the other net going? I haven't been able to check in on those nights. Perhaps you could enlighten us on what's going on Thursdays. And do you know where Mr. Alex Trebek was born? Over to you there, Kevin, VA3 DSW, VA3 BVH.
Brian and all others on net there. I'm going to go with Sudbury, Yes, Thursday night nets are picking up slowly, both on analog and as well C4 FM fusion. We're doing both nets, one right after the other. Analog net starts at 7:30 on Triple I repeater here in Windsor, and then we go to the C4 FM when the analog net is finished. So been getting about a dozen or 15 check-ins there, give or take, all combined on both nets, and been going quite well. Back to you, Brian. Nothing further for the net, just enjoying these good weather days.
I hear you there. Summer in the fall is definitely something I'm a fan of, although I do like this fall weather. Occasionally a warm day is nice. Before you drop out there and go back to listening, can you give us just a rundown of the details, just the time, the frequency, and what Club Effort is putting that net on? Kevin, over to you.
Hey, Brian, it's the Sun Parlour Retirees Radio Club net on VE3 Triple I repeater. We operate on 147.060 megahertz with a 118.8 PL tone from Repeater Row in downtown Windsor.
Roger, roger, and that's above 147 megacycles, so be sure to add a plus 600 shift to that so you get into the repeater correctly. Thanks for that info, Kevin. Have a great evening. VA3 DDP, Dennis, over to you out in Tecumseh. Dennis, good evening. Like many of us, we're very fond of Mr. Trebek, but not a lot of people know where exactly he's from originally. Dennis, over to you there. What city was Alex Trebek born in? Dennis, go ahead. VA3 DDP from VA3 BVH.
3 BVH, this is VA3 DDP. Hello, Brian, and everybody else on the net. I'm going to go with Sudbury, where Alex Trebek was born. That's my guess on this one. And right now, we enjoyed the nice weather that we had the last couple of days. I raked some nice leaves, put them all in a nice bag. They came and got it all. And I got more leaves, so tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be raking more leaves. Other than that, everything is going great. And that's about it. Back to net control. This is VA3 DDP.
Roger that, sir, and thanks for checking in. We're moving on here out to Chatham, and yes, lots of leaves, and the only reason I've been, pumping my fist and getting excited is during my road work there out front, before they even started paving and doing any road work at all. They did the sewers and they repaved the road and they put sidewalks in and such. But before they did all that, they ripped everything out, and they also took down two huge, probably 20-foot plus trees outside of my house. Both of them. The one on my neighbor's property to the east, and the one to the west that's kind of right out front of my other neighbor's property. And we didn't have a tree out front of ours. So unless they replant, I had no leaves this year, so hooray. But yeah, I definitely hear you on that. That's a big job when you're, especially if you have a ton of trees. Thanks for checking in, Dennis, and you have yourself a good evening. Out to Chatham in the Maple City, VA3 PGD. George, welcome to the net. Tonight we're talking about the late, great Alex Trebek, best known for his TV game show host position on Jeopardy! Alex passed away this past week at the age of 80 due to a long battle with pancreatic cancer. George, we're looking for the city that Mr. Trebek was born in. Do you know that? Over to you, sir. VA3 BVH.
VA3 BVH from VA3 PGD. Good evening, Brian, and everyone on the net. Well, my guess, before I looked it up, is Ottawa. but Ottawa has another significance for Mr. Trebek. But anyway, I said Ottawa. Beautiful last week of summer, which was tremendous. And I didn't check in last week. I was having a little root canal done that day, so my jaw was a little tender, so to speak. And I had to save up my energy for being net control on Wednesday here with the Chatham-Kent Amateur Radio Club. But anyway, that's my guess, and that's about all I have to say for this evening. VA3BVH from VA3PGD, back to net control.
Roger that. Mr. Trebek, I believe, went to school in Ottawa, so you hit a point in his life, a critical point in his life for sure. But anyhow, yes, that's root canal. I hope I never have to have one of those done, but I know family members and friends that have had them done, and they are quite painful. So all the best in that recovery for sure, and you have yourself a great evening out in Chatham. Thanks for checking in. Back to Windsor, VA3 RDQ. Rick, good evening. Rick, I hate to do this, but I need to know it for the knowledge. What's going on at the hospital nowadays? How are the doctors and nurses and the cleaning staff doing over there? Are cases surging, like they're saying, or is it kind of staying low key for now? Rick, and also we're looking for the answer to the trivia, the special edition trivia Jeopardy style net tonight in honor of Mr. Alex Trebek, who passed away this past week. Looking for the city in which he was born. Rick, over to you, VA3RDQ from VA3BVH.
Control, VA3RDQ. I hope I'm making it out in my bolting here. Having a little antenna problem there. I'll have to check that out later. But things are picking up, unfortunately, a little bit. COVID-19 is increasing a little bit at the hospital. Not a great deal. It's still under control, which is good. Hopefully it stays that way. And I'm thinking Alex Trebek. I'm going to take a wild guess that he's born in Toronto. I have no idea. I'm just taking a wild guess. It seems to be the biggest city in Ontario. So maybe I'll get lucky there. So, hopefully the COVID will stay down. If everybody does their masking and sanitizing their hands and staying away from each other, we'll be good to go. So VA3RDQ, back to net. Thanks again for the net tonight.
And thank you for joining, and thank you for all you're doing to help everybody out in the community. We greatly appreciate it. And it's not a good thing that cases are going up, but I've only read so far that they're just creeping along, just getting in the double digits. So that's better than, unfortunately, our U.S. counterparts. That country is in desperate need of some urgent turnaround. So I really hope everyone starts masking up, and we lead by example, I think, as well as some European countries that have already really dug in hard and are fighting and really doing well against this virus. So hopefully us and the other countries can keep leading by example, and yes, keep wearing the masks, keep sanitizing, keep staying away from people. That's the best way to prevent this right now as we inch closer and closer to a potential cure. So thanks again, Rick, for all you do, and you have yourself a good evening. I'm at the end of my list, where there is no list anymore, looking for check-ins. This is a special edition Jeopardy trivia night in honor of Mr. Alex Trebek. Please join me. I need your call sign. This is VA3BVH. Go ahead.
This is Victor Echo 3, Tango Golf, November. 3XAB, in and out.
3 Papa Victor in Riverside.
Okay, so I've got TGN XABQRU, thank you, sir, and Papa Victor. Anybody else, please call. All right, well, I guess we'll hold the mic there. Over to VE3TGN. Tim, good evening. Tim, were you a Jeopardy fan at all? How well did you know Mr. Trebek? Tonight we're trying to figure out the city he was born in. Do you know that city? Tim, welcome to the net. How's it going tonight? VA3BVH.
A real fan there. Brian, I'll say good evening to you and everybody else. My son watched it. He liked it. Timmy liked, Junior liked watching him there, with quizzes and things he had and all that. I would say Sudbury, Ontario there. Brian, and sounds like you're having a good net. That's good. I'll say 73 to all. And take care. Stay.
Roger that, Tim. Thanks for joining us. And you have yourself a good evening. And yes, it's certainly a shock to the community, but they are going to carry on the show, so I've been told. They opened, the interim host opened up with a thank you, Alex, little blurb before they started the show the other night, so I'm sure he will always be with them in spirit, that's for sure. I watched a little bit of a side documentary, or like a CBC cut-in, and it was quite interesting, his routine. He was very persistent on getting all the answers down, knowing everything. Knowledge was power, according to him. He was always looking for new things to learn, new questions to ask on the show, so he was very determined and a hard worker. But thanks, Tim, for joining us and chiming in. Hope all is well with you, and you have yourself a good evening. VA3XABQRU, thank you again, sir. VE3 Papa Victor. Mr. Rick, good evening. Over to you there, sir. We're looking for the city in which Mr. Alex Trebek was born, and that is your trivia question tonight. Over to you there, Rick. VE3 Papa Victor, VA3BVH.
Good evening, Brian. Everybody else on SparkNet tonight. Sounds like you have a good one going again. And I'm going to have to excuse myself from answering that question, as I found out the answer the other day when he passed away, and I read about it online, and the information I read said the city that he was born in, and I was a little surprised because I didn't know that. Anyways, I'll excuse myself, but other than that, enjoying the balmy weather. Like everybody else there, broke a record yesterday and maybe today, I think, being in the mid-70s on the Fahrenheit scale. So enjoying that, getting a lot of yard work done and everything like that. So nice to be wearing shorts again in November. Back to you, Brian. V3PV.
Hey, roger that. I hear you there. I was sweltering walking home from work the other day because I had nowhere to put my coat. Or yesterday, not the other day, sorry. But yeah, and then again today it was warm. But geez, I don't know. I'm hearing that we might be taking a southerly turn here in the next little bit for weather. So enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. Rick, thanks. Good evening to you, and thank you for joining us. Take care and have a good evening. Anybody else that wants to join me tonight? It's trivia night here in the Sun Parlour. We're looking for check-ins, and also we are honoring the memory here of Mr. George Alexander Trebek, who passed away this past week. Probably famously known around the globe over the long haul, 36 seasons going on 37 of Jeopardy. Probably his best-known role on the TV, but he was a part of many other things, including other game shows and I believe talk shows as well. So he was well-versed in the broadcasting community and will be greatly missed by a lot of people. Stand-up guy, and like TJ said, he's a class act, and you are 100% right on that. I've never met someone more classy via my TV, that is for sure. Anybody else that wants to check in tonight, looking for your call sign. It's trivia night here in the Sun Parlour, VA3BVH. Go ahead.
Check.
Go ahead.
Sorry, that was Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Alpha Bravo, not VA3.
Yep, I've got Victor Echo written down here, sir. Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Alpha Bravo, correct?
Very much.
Roger, Roger. Good evening to you, and thanks for checking in. Anybody else for the net, please call. Net control, VA3BVH.
Echo Golf 10 in Chesterfield.
I heard a golf, and then I believe I heard Chesterfield, Michigan. If you want to bump your power a little bit and try it again, you were kind of below the noise floor there. I'll stand by for you if you want to bump your power.
8 Kilo Echo Golf 10 in Chesterfield. Got her forward now.
Yeah, I hear you now, and I've got just Kilo Echo Golf, is that correct?
Roger that, yeah. Prefix is Whiskey 8, and then Kilo Echo Golf for the call.
Whiskey 8 Kegger. I love it. Good evening. Welcome to the Sun Parlour Amateur Radio Club Tuesday night FM net here. Trivia night again here in the Sun Parlour. You're talking probably into one of the Windsor, probably the Windsor machine there on VHF. Just need your name there, your location, and the answer to tonight's trivia. Tonight we're paying tribute to Mr. Alex Trebek, who did pass away this past week after a fight with cancer. Looking for what city he was born in. Over to you, W8KEG VA3BVH.
BVH, this is W8KEG. Yeah, so name is Ken. I am in Chesterfield. I will wager a guess at, I think, Toronto. Not 100% sure. I do remember him saying that on the show at one point, but I'm not 100%. Other than that, just relaxing for an evening here, working on a 70-centimeter Yagi in the garage, and yeah, back over to net. 73 to everybody, and thanks for letting me in. This is Whiskey 8, KEG.
Yeah, roger that. You're coming in great now with that power bump. No issues at all, just a little bacon frying, but you're hitting Windsor, no problem. I am actually in Leamington, which is about another 45-minute hop south of Windsor, south of the border there. So we've got 3 machines linked up through the internet, but one currently is malfunctioning on UHF. We can't transmit on it. So there's only VHF in Windsor at the moment and VHF down here. But with that being said, I don't believe I've heard your call before, so thanks for checking in, Ken. And you're more than welcome to jump in here whenever you want. We do have one American regular that is on here all the time in East Point. That's Tony, KD8SRQ. So you're more than welcome to join us. We take check-ins from either side of the border, and usually we run a trivia net here on Tuesdays. Tuesday night. Again, I'm Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Victor Hotel. The name is Brian, and I'm in Leamington, Ontario, which is probably a little more than an hour south of a little less than an hour south of the border. And yes, we usually do trivia night, and so far we've been doing every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, same time, same place. Come join join us for some trivia if you are so inclined. Thanks for joining us. Anybody else for the net tonight looking for call signs? This is VA3BVH. Go ahead. This is Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Victor Hotel. Looking for check-ins on this Tuesday evening. The Sun Parlour Amateur Radio Club Tuesday night FM net here on 2 meters. Looking for your check-ins. Tonight we honor the late, great Mr. George Alexander Trebek, who was probably best known for his role on TV's Jeopardy! Tonight we take a look back on his life, and probably one of the most interesting facts I found out. What city was he born in? Does anybody know? Please call VA3BVH. Go ahead. Alrighty, well, I guess we'll do a last call. Last call for this net. This is Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Victor Hotel taking last call check-ins on this Tuesday night. It's Trebek Trivia Night. We're taking around to Jeopardy! Anybody checking in? I need your call sign. VA3BVH. Last call. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we'll call it there. Thanks to all who joined me tonight. It was a pleasure once again. And to all those who said Sudbury, Ontario, you are 100% correct. Alex was born to a father of the Ukraine and a French-Canadian mother. And yes, he was born in Sudbury. So thanks for playing. Alex eventually moved on. In 1998 was, I believe they call it naturalized or nationalized as a U.S. citizen so that he could continue his gaming work in California and abroad. And he ran a lot of different shows. So rest in peace. Thanks for playing. And we'll catch you next week for some more trivia. Same time, same place. That's it for tonight, everybody. This is Jeopardy! No, I'm kidding. Jeopardy! Will definitely not be the same ever again. 7 threes all the way around.